Okay, I trust that this thing is on right now, at least. Excuse me. Trying to advertise this real quick. I figure I could make my life a little easier, but okay. The good news is I had this muted, so unfortunately, Icarus Uprising made its remixes of Area 2 and the original Kid Icarus part of air battle music, so I can't even work with that. Mm, yeah, I'm trying to find something that I want to work with. But there should be a playlist at least. Type playlist. I should tell it this. Oh well. Mm. Oh, there we go. Hello, allow me. So I'm going to. So I think I can somehow design tier list. I will leave a link to the original tier list, by the way, or at least the Google document with the image of the original tier list I made before. I want to make sure that I don't have more than 56. The 11 pounds of any tier. Maybe I just charge it to see. Right. So, so I'm going to handle the powers in display order. Oh my goodness. Do I need to? Okay, good. Control minus help me with the sorting. I can always control zero to revert to the original sign. But anyway, so I'm going to grade power space on how well they're designed. And before toss 11 forward, you're going in F tier. F or G tier. The only thing I'll give credit to Celestial Fireworks with is at least it requires timing. But it's so over centralizing that, that there's no way I'm going to put it in G tier. The only relative weakness is a 3-second recast cooldown, and Even that is shared with interference, so, except interference has a much longer recast cooldown for a much more significant effect. But uh, Celestial Fireworks is usable as a panic button, and it's spammable as such. Yeah, easy F tier for Celestial Fireworks. That's out of the way. So I may as well go over the powers in display order. Even though the powers are not listed in display order on this tier maker. But I digress. Okay, so we're starting with Sky Jump. Where do I have Sky Jump? Sky Jump. Yeah, I had it in passable, and I will stick with it. The most concerning thing about Sky Jump is one, why is it? Well, there are two concerning things. First off, why is jumping needing to be a power? Jumping was not needing to be a power in the original Kid Icarus. I'd be happy if a remaster added jumping in the and I mean and make jumping nice variable based on family without jump sky jump. Sky jump would actually not be redundant, but this leads into the other problem. The second problem is that Sky Jump has a hidden defense boost. It simply has inobvious. It simply has inobvious benefits to having a higher level Sky Jump. Just why? And it's listed first, so it could easily provide a first impression of power. Yeah, maybe reduce it here. But I don't need to reduce it too much. Goodness. Do I have anything to keep? Oh! There's one power I could put on here. Yeah. Sky Jump, P tier. It still does provide some basic movement. Only problem is that the basic movement should have been around in the first place. Next is Jump Climb. I know where I'm putting this. If you're wondering how to move forward Jump Glide, you want to move. You want to do the startup dash and do the jump glide during the startup dash. Of course, that can make sure that being forced to parry dodge instead can be disrupted to this idea of using jump glide. But it does allow for some very nice distance closure and having some problems for people who want to be evasive nuisances. You get seriously. It gets so tiring when everybody has double teams. Wait a minute, double teams of moving Pokemon, dang it! Well, you got my point. And I should mention that you're floating when you're in Gym Glide, which is both a strength and weakness at times. Because the jump glide lasting longer does allow for more travel distance with it. But when you're in the air, yeah, it's hard to defend yourself from stuff. But it is versatile. So. Actually, I just realized you can do some crazy movement with jump glide and like some convenient angle jumps on lava basin to catch up with people trying to run away from you. So, yeah. I originally had Jump Glide and Beat here, by the way. Maybe I'm buying it, but still. Oh, and Rocket Jump was originally in B tier, and I'm not changing my stance on it. It's worth pointing out that the explosion does have transcendent shot cancel, but if you fire a shot without expecting the rocket jump, then you're firing a shot without expecting a sky jump. And I think rocket jump had a little more cooldown than sky jump as well. I should mention that both Jump Glide and Rocket Jump have inobvious level benefits, so it's something to knock them both down in here. Jump Glide, I can't rightfully knock down that here. I think I could actually put it in special tier if it had the obvious level benefits that work. But yeah, Rocket Jump. Yeah, an obvious level benefit as well. So, but that doesn't drag it down too much. What's next? Oh, Angelic Missile. Angelic Missile. What should I have originally? Oh, see it here. C tier. Or Central tier. I should rename these the. Wait. What were my nicknames? Amazing, Bolt, Center, Defective. Erratic failure and cutoff. There we go. MSADCTEFG. Yeah, there we go. So, right. Angelic Missile is in center here. It does have an obvious level benefit. One charge per level. Oh, and keep in mind, I'm going by multiplayer stats for this stuff, so please bear with me. So, Angelic Missile, it's an attack where you go into a missile state before. You're invincible in the missile state, but not intangible, so you can lose the energy charge. You're forced into the falling down state when you land, which does still have the 33% damage taken. It's the Mercy defense. Oh, Angelic Missile has 2 to 5 charges. Angelic Missile shapes are decently balanced. They're pretty much chunky shapes. So, yeah. It can get annoying, though, because Angelic Missile likes to be absolutely abrupt. And of course, it's usable as a panic button, so yeah, I have to knock it down. I can't put it in any of the higher tiers and get a base. I don't know what to say about it, really. Where's my... Ooh, super speed. I haven't beat in Bolt here, and I stick by that. I can stick by that. Or, actually, I think I had it about rock. I think I had it about rocket jump back. Sorry, super speed requires a full line. Super speed requires a full line, so already that's a drawback to using it as a panic button. I mean, granted, level 4 is so much more cost effective than level 1. Level 4 has level 4 costs 9 space for 5 charges. Level 1 costs 6 space for 2 charges, so 2 divided by 6 is 1 turf, so 0.13, or let's multiply that by 6 or 4. For 2. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 divided by 9 is 2. Wait, is that? Oh! 5 times 6 is 30. Divided by 9 is 3.34. So yeah, super data is so much more cost effective at higher level at its higher level than it is at its lower level, which modifiers truthfully do have higher cost effectiveness at higher levels than at lower levels. You know how backwards they work it. And besides, super speed still stands out in regard to following in regard to handling this rule. Yeah. Well, super speed, you can't do any truly impressive movement stuff. But you can't use it to escape things like Ares armor. And of course, it has a full line. And it also provides distance closer ability, which you probably aren't caring about the full line cost if you're trying to close the distance on somebody. What is the full line cost hinder? Slip shot? Yeah. Why would you slip shot on people who are close up? There's trade up, which is far from foolproof. There's Ares armor, which again is far from foolproof. I mean, trade up and Ares armor could help it. Could theoretically have helped, but even though. Well, I can't quite put it super speed in main, even though it's worth mentioning that super speed also cuts received damage in half for its duration. By the way, it has a 6-second duration. I think I put it in bold tier because yeah, it's difficult to do anything but forward shots for attacking. You can barely do melee dash attacks, and you'd have to be able to. You'd have to have melee dash attacks capability active in the first place. And I'm pretty sure you can't do manual melee dash attacks either. That's something a remaster could fix. Which is really the whole reason I'm doing this tier list. So, what's next? Oh yeah, war. I'll be surprised if I added it. Okay, I had warp in E tier. And I think I can stick with that decision. Believe me, it's so tempting to drop it even further. But let's make this clear. Warp is obnoxious to deal with. Because, yeah. People can use warp in so many states, and this includes in the not flying state, or when they're petrified or frozen. But oddly, not when they're turned into an Eggman or Tempura, which like that, like that matters. The one thing that's saving warp is that it's not cost effective at higher level with either angelic missile or super speed, because warp costs 11 spaces compared to angelic missile costing 10 or super speed costing 9. They have the same number of charges. Actually, hold on. Let me check the recharge values. I know I have them. What? 1.2 to 1.5. Oh, and that's another thing. That's another mark against angelic missile. 0.8 charges of regen at all levels. But at least warp still recharges slower than 1.5 charges max. Super speed recharges at 1.6 charges max base, so 1.6 charges minimum at base. So yeah, that's yeah. And you can argue that warp it can just warp you not very far away at all, but your warp still breaks the panic button because it also conveniently comes with respawn invincibility. And by respawn invincibility, I mean that you don't even lose your energy charge if you get clipped. Why? Warp is just ridiculous in general. And the only reason I don't put it in failure here is because it isn't as cost effective at higher levels. Oh, even then, 2 charges for 5 spaces? That's not ridiculous at all. I think Warp should have been 1 charge. mm, 1 charge at level 1. 1 charge per level instead of one more charge and 1 charge per level. Yeah. But in general, warp it's just insane. So what was next? Right, Mega Laser. Oh, yeah, Mega Laser. Oh, oh wow, I have an egg here. And I think I want to jump right in lore amazing, just to honestly about that. But just to punctuate about that, and about also inobvious level improvements. Get Mega Laser. And yeah, I'm aware of the Mega Laser cancel glitch. I think that could be. I think the remaster could patch that up to be more interesting instead of I can do dash attacks do infinite dash attacks infinitely, and there's nothing you can do about it. You only get to hope that my concentration breaks at one point. Yeah, Mega Laser Cancel. Basically, the infinite dimensional glitch from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Anybody remember that? If the Mega Laser Cancel were patched up to be a lot more fair, like decrement the charge, display the Mega Laser particles so that people know that the Mega Laser Cancel was done. The opponents know the Mega Laser Cancel was done, and therefore that they have a full line dedicated to Mega Laser. Because, yes, Mega Laser does cut the full line to make sure that make sure that people can exploit it. So that people can so easily exploit it at long range. Because, what was it? Because Mega Laser is long range power, so and it pierces through terrain, so yeah, and it flips out there. Better check that. So yeah, it gets us right into the amazing here because of the power grid involvement and bouncing. So what was next? Explosive flame. I didn't see centered here. Below angelic missile. Because let's make this clear, explosive flame where it stands just sucks. I mean, okay, it has a burning effect on the last hit. Otherwise, if somebody is lugging around in armor power, yeah, they can just escape the flame attack. Yeah, that's a lot of fun for people. But if they don't have an armor power, they're going to get stun locked. Yeah, I mean, I suppose explosive flame would discourage people from just moving back. So, because if you move back into, right, or actually, explosive flame is really designed to suffocate strafing attempts. Because if these trades, you're still in the explosion's range. Higher level explosive flame itself has no clear incentive at all, and I looked. There just isn't much incentive. There's a very slightly radius and very slight radius increase on the explosion. So, but that's not enough to justify the extra space usage. Yeah, explosive flame suffers from inobvious level up benefits. And this particularly stands out because level 3 costs a full line. In fact, it has the same shape as Slipshot level 1. In explosive flame level 4, it costs a full row and column. So, why is level of explosive flame failing to justify its benefits? I mean, for goodness sake, you could fit level 4 reflect barrier with explosive flame level 1, so so explosive flame level 1 has flexibility going on, but explosive flame level 4 doesn't come close to justifying the loss of flexibility. Ooh, black hole. You might think I have it in Master Gear. Actually, I should have it in Special. No, I made some notes about this sometime, I think. Okay, so first off, black hole is an important invasion buster. The vacuum opponents sorts the place and black hole beacon to root them in place, allowing for burst damage follow-up. Opponents do not have options directly locked out by black hole usage. They simply have any mobility via attempting to tug of war against the vacuum. In, you can easily force the opponent to expend significant resources or inevitably counterbalance weapon type traits to escape. Of course, this design does lead to needless inconsistency with this notion. I'm looking at USP plus modifiers. The countermeasures all have their strengths and weaknesses, but they have elegance now they defeat black hole play. And yes, this includes counter. I get to you. Armor powers notably do this by nullifying the vacuum, since the vacuum uses non-flinching knockback to do its job. This would lead to them allowing for preventing damage altogether rather than partially. Of course, there is an issue. Coverage against black hole isn't necessarily a coherent concept to newbies because of the potential lack of availability of things like armor powers. It will be fixed by immediate availability of super armor and a new file, which is one of my suggestions to begin with. Level 1 is 6 spaces for 2 charges, so that allows black hole to begin an inexpensive chief power. However, there are obtuse level increase benefits. Level 4 does relies on the L-shape's elegance for usability as a result, and level 3 in particular fails to justify the awkward big U shape. Because, yeah, all you get is a little extra vacuum radius and a little extra damage from the black hole beacon itself. It isn't much to begin with. There is, however, an auxiliary use of removing energy charge and providing casting animation and tangibility for guaranteeing consistent usefulness. So really, the multiplayer rebalance is needed is to improve the vacuum velocity at a higher level. Improve the vacuum velocity to make the level 1 vacuuming broken by outrunning much clearer resource involvement. And the level 3 vacuum needs to be fully consistent against anything worth caring about. As for improved level benefits, black hole beacon existence duration more based on level centering around level 3 to make it lower. Oh, my music stopped. And to make lower level black hole more disputable by mind games, slightly improved placement distance increase per level, double vacuum radius improvement, and power region rate based on level centering around level 3 to disrupt reckless lower level black hole use. Oh yeah. So power all around, although again, fix the level benefits, fix the velocity, and you're golden. Ooh, meteor shower. I just spoil it right now. I actually have 2 powers placed in master tier, and meteor shower happens to be one of them. And I have notes on it, of course. I actually have notes on everything of the encountered in the tier list. Where are my notes? Meteor shower. Power meteors, each dealing about 45 base damage, which is slightly more than 20% of a standard fighter's HP. That's at 220 HP. Coming down closely enough for as many as 5 of the 8 hits to hit the standard. Hit the opponent off of a single mistake. So yeah, meteor shower can be devastating if people with armor powers. And it also ignores attack powers such as reflex barrier. It also has transcendent shot cancel and shot stamina, breaking through any attack, including Flintlock Staff forward shot at back range, or Guardian Orbital dash shot, with no issue. The knockback is knockback involved is heavy enough to inflict it. The knockback infliction is heavy enough that the trigger knockback takes massive mercy and invincibility defense. So yeah, the overpowered short tickets are used against themselves. It's like, and even if only 2 hits, super armor results in overall more damage taken than receiving the full knockback from the first hit because you take 100% from the first hit, then you take, or actually you take 70% from the first hit, you take 70% from the second hit, that's 140%. But with but without super armor, you take 100% from the first hit, but then you take the 33.34% damage from the second hit because of mercy defense. So that's 133.34% as opposed to 140%. So, and the good news is there's a simple answer of strafing, which is very natural behavior. Do be mindful that this can be read by craftier opponents. They can lead their meteor shower and cause problems that way. And then there's the initial meteors come down closely enough that reading a straight pretends that close range will score ahead at close range. For secondary dodge can be managed. And yeah, that means close range is sensitive. And likewise, the meteors can be led to disrupt strafing attempts at longer ranges as I stated. And as for the power grid shapes, they're actually elegant. They're simple L shapes. They're simple L shapes at 3 by 3 to 5 by 5. And there are weaknesses to this thing, like meteor shower blocks simultaneous usage of any other red power. So yeah, this is going to be particularly noteworthy later on. I'll mention that later. The only multiplier rebound needed is improved clock base image from 45 to 50 to prevent surviving 5 meteors with knockback immunity and 10% damage resistance. I'd like to get U counter. An additional change warranted for remaster is to have new files started with a few added powers, including Meteor Shower, all at level 1. Because, yeah, Meteor Shower will teach players about the efficiency of mage powers, or the strengths and weaknesses of them, rather. Because that's what Meteor Shower is, it's a mage power. Oh yeah, Meteor Shower. You can see why it's in Master Tier. Your next landmine. Where do I have you? Landmine. Okay, I originally had landmine in God Awful Tier, but I think I could bump it up a little. Actually, or wait. I can always. You know what? I think I should not work down the higher failure tier. Yeah, Warp is still too obnoxious. Landmine, I could simply have it at lower radic. I originally had it in God Awful here in the original design list, but then I know that when a landmine is placed, you can actually hear the sound of landmine being placed. I mean, it's not the clearest thing ever, but it is something. And if you're far another way, you might be able to see the landmine placement, or you could even see the landmine placement being done at all on the bottom screen, and that could ruin its surprise factor. I still haven't more read it just because of its potential as a panic button in general. Not to mention, oh hey, that, this thing is still a potential sucker punch. If it weren't for the sound, I'd still have it in battle here. Uh, let's make this clear. Landmine costs only 5 to 7 spaces depending on level. It has 2 to 4 charges, so it's capable of being a cost-effective panic button. Not the most cost-effective ever, but yeah. In hindsight, I should have simply had it in failure tier without the sound because without the sound telegraph because landmine counts as a blue attack power, which that alone is bad communication. I'm not mind if a remaster reference this. Just a community about this point. Like you don't even need to be locked to 3 powers to be colored for a palette. Just add in a blue color to the use palette for the landmine icon and use the blue to hint about the blue attack power involvement. Because being a blue attack power means that landmine cannot simultaneously be active with interference. So that does weaken its panic button potential because if a landmine is active, the other guy can't use their inexpensive interference. They're probably more inclined to use interference just to master power grid. That's assuming they want to master power grid, but they use a landmine. They can't cast an interference to panic button their way out of more pressure. Because the biggest problem with the panic button spam beyond the power grid potentially stacking these pains is that the spammable panic buttons. The spammable panic buttons. What's it? The spammable panic buttons can fit in whatever they want and not care about power grid building. And it shows, believe me. The landmine itself is still a decent concept. Wait. Oh! And I forgot about idle transformation. Actually, I had you in failure tier originally, idle transformation. But I think I'll put you god awful. Idle transformation's original purpose. Excuse me, at. And as I was saying, idle transformation's original purpose is to collect idols off of low HP enemies. Well, for starters, it's difficult to tell if an enemy is at low HP unless they voice lines like an Arlon or Phosphora do, and that's very specific. Yeah. Pokemon collection without the HP meters. HP meter display. It gets worse. Believe me. Because idle transformation has 10 charges, which might seem innocuous. It's not a bad concept. But wouldn't you know it? It has the casting animation intangibility. I should mention that there's casting animation intangibility on for attack powers. Idle transformation is a particularly bad culprit. It costs only 4 spaces. It does not pressure the power grid in any meaningful way. I recall, I didn't even have to check the single player powers list. See, remember that it simply costs a Tetris square. And idle transformation has no meaningful checks. It even has the same sort of casting animation as Mega Laser, and yes, you can pull the Mega Laser cancel with this thing. Of course, idle transformation is busted long before it involves that problem. So yeah, into the god-awful tier you go, idle transformation. So what was next? Oh yeah, reflect barrier. Well, you'll never guess what I have in master here, other than meteor shower. Yes, and I'm speaking as a skyscraper club name. I'm speaking as a skyscraper club name. So what was it? So reflect barrier. And a clinch is there's nothing I'm interested rebalancing reflect barrier with it. The only issue that I have is simultaneous usage with warp or celestial fireworks. But that's more on warp or celestial fireworks than anything to do with reflect barrier itself. Without getting why that could be concerning, but anyway, reflect barrier. Has active flow from barrier usage, even at like the skyscraper club. And of course, it's an obvious answer to the 128 base damage shots and the DLN-007 style counter usage. Now, what puts reflect barrier all the way in mastering is how abundant the counterplay is, including in the skyscraper club of it. Because the reflect barrier is conveniently stationary. This means that you can put the user out of the protection with black hole if they switch to reflect barrier usage. Or you can use the equivalent trap method such as meteor shower. The melee boosted by armor power when the melee isn't in depth. It can also cause problems to the user. You can also get a user in maneuvers. You get to do crappy positioning in general to get around the stationary defense, or creative power usage, quite possibly where combating the counter-capitalization can happen. Now, one other nice thing about reflect barrier is that its power grid shapes are elegant. They're all rectangles at 2x3 to 2x6. And level 4 consequently blocks slips out entirely, or L shapes by spaces wide on both sides, such as meteor shower level 3. Yeah, that's another issue with meteor. That's another drawback with meteor shower. So you can't fit both reflect barrier and meteor shower at max level at all. One of them has to be at least one level below maximum. And also as a red attack power, reflect barrier blocks simultaneous usage of any other red attack power, such as meteor shower, as I mentioned. Now, it does still exclude landmine, because that counts as a blue attack power, but that's not a problem. That wasn't a problem. Landmine blocks interference, so yeah, panic button potential is softened. Yeah, reflect barriers are useful sleep, but if you use it carelessly, it can that careless usage can harm you. And what was it? What else? Yeah, reflect barrier. Tower is just self-explanatory. I don't know what to go with. Oh, that's by not the. So there we go. It's going to be late in the list, by the way. So yeah, reflect area is self-explanatory at this point. And we're right now. Where do I have it? Another defective tower. I think I could still have jumped sky up above heaven and light. Heaven and light suffer some from inobvious level increased benefits again. I'm pretty sure all you get for higher level heaven and light is extra damage, and that's it. Oh, and I should talk more about reflect barrier. I mean, punishing a Twitch reflect barrier being chimped by warp and celestial fireworks, that will rebalance the warp and celestial fireworks with the happen counter red and blue attack powers, so that you can't use them simultaneously. You would either red or blue attack powers, or because it would keep them from being used simultaneously when reflect barrier is active or when interference is active. That would do a decent amount of checking their panic button capability and also keeping people from just chaining celestial fireworks right in the war, because that's the most obnoxious thing ever. And, yeah, I'll get to another power involved with the panic button abuses. Don't you worry. Right, Heavenly Light. So, well, I would have it higher at the level benefits were better, were more capable. At the very least, Heavenly Light will be able to tear apart Bumblebee. That is, if the opposing player doesn't have energy charge in the first place. Alas, I don't even know what's going on with him. Like that could make it passable. Uh, I might change. I might have my mind changed depending on the arguments about him and the light's usage. I mean, right. I forgot about the controls. That's another thing that knocks Evan Light down. Because below center, because Evan Light also prevents dashing by nearby opponents. They'll just do parry dodges and yeah. Exploit. So that's an exploitation of the controls. Because clearly the controls don't involve stupid things like doing melee attack when you want range attack, range attack when you do one melee attack. That's right when you want parry dodges, things like that. My goodness. I mean, I'd rather get it because I'm not flagging a skill, not because of automation shuts down my throat. At least when I mean, I'm not counting counters automation. Yeah, I invoked counter to begin with. So that was my choice to use counter. But it's not my choice Mm, to be close to the. Not my choice. To do an like dance attack instead of a freaking backshot. Just not my choice to deal with a control. Other than not play the game at all. Apparently the only way to not play. Unradical. Might as well move on to unradical. And we play radical while I'm at it. I think both it in eat here. I think I could have weak point radical over. Unradical does at least try to involve a full line cost. Weak point radical is just hitting, just targeting the enemy's weak point for dummies. Which might be useful for saves, but it's single player only anyway. Headshots are not a thing in multiplayer in the game. Don't ask me why. Auto radical. Oh, and auto weak point radical doesn't even have any big any significant target shapes left I check. So in the erratic tier you go. Auto radical. It got a full line to prevent people from simply mixing in level flip shot with it. Although, again, auto radical still suffers an obvious level up benefit, so I don't know who even carries auto radical above level 1 to begin with. Well, yeah, that's annoying. Big charge next. Where did I have it? Seed here, right? Yeah, upper seed here. But in hindsight, I think I should have it lowered. I'm putting it in upper defective because quick charge. It's way too simple. It's way too simple, in fact. It just reduces charge up time by 40%. That's it. And yeah, it messes with standards way too easily. Yeah, quick charge messes with standards way too easily. Yeah, people just equip it easily and standardize their charge up time around that. And it's not hard. It's not easy to tell if somebody has quick charge active at all because of this change of standard. And yeah, this makes things way more confusing unnecessarily. I wouldn't mind if it was nerfed a little or revamped to be more of a rewarding power. Like reduce the charge up time decrease to 33.34% from 40%, so that it's and then have it involve minor parry charge up boosting, so that it feels more rewarding. As it is, yeah, I'm just going to have it in higher defective tier. I'd be having an outside center. I'd be having it in center tier otherwise, or even bold tier if it was rewarding. But alas, I mean, don't get me wrong. Quick charge does bolster charge shots, so charge attacks. Yeah, I can't in good faith put quick charge any more high up. So, yeah, in the defective tier you go quick charge. What's that? Homing boost. Oh, another defective tier power. And actually, I should have. I actually added it originally at the top of defective tier, but I think I'll put it below Skyjump now. And even though Skyjump was originally in center here, but homing boost. Oh, and no, actually, quick charge. You have obvious level up benefits. You do get an extra charge per level. You do have only one charge for 4 spaces, and then 4 charges for 4 spaces. Homing boost is well, you do still get an extra charge per level, so, and more compromising shapes as well for higher levels with homing boost. But I already had homing boost at the top of expected tier. I don't know what could be done to fix it. But I hit it at the top of defective here before realizing about how homing boost allows gravity shots to defy gravity in general. And not just predator cannon's back shots. No. No. You see how Utah Club's back shot can also defy gravity. So, and actually less offensive examples because Utah Club's back shot is garbage. It's needlessly bad. Just, why would you use the backshot? Well, I know the backshot does allow for mix-up, but my goodness. Yeah, homing boost. It's just it's a mess. It's a mess where it stands, and it's too innocuous to not call out. Just why is it balanced the way it is? I don't know what to. I had to try to remember why I more actively why I only had the only listen detectives here, but I know the gravity shots in general defying gravity is an added aggravation. What's next? Slip shot. Where was the shot? Where? Oh, upper. Oh, lower center. Which one's slip shot? Yeah, I have slip shot in lower center because it still has a full row and column cost for levels 2 and 3. Level 1, you barely get one charge. Level 2, well, you're committing to the whole thing. Level 1 could potentially see use. Just to be able to hide a full line power like super speed. Just to survive with a full line power like super speed. But level 2, well, I suppose Slipshot could use a lower duration. I could keep Slipshot at lower center because Slipshot, because I mean Slipshot does have some obvious misdesign, like all projectiles still are ignoring terrain while it's active, and that undermines terrain usage to equalize long-range combat. But they're creating a full row and column on level 2 or above. So I can't in good faith put it at a lower level. It does at least have some tech, which is more than what I can say about a quick dodge. your next invisible shots, and I have you in defective here, right? mm, I have you in defective here, right below homing boost. Because invisible shots is also misdesigned. 8 to 10 spaces for the recharges. So it's cost effective, but there's also some problems going on. There's also some problems going on with invisible club shots. Like, I would not mind if invisible shots got a detect penalty, but as it is, yeah. Having shots invisible the entire time, I'm not even sure you can do anything about the invisible shots beyond listening closely for sound, and even that can be made unreliable. I actually dug up a counterplay. I actually dug up the counterplay thing from some time back. And putting it here for anybody wants to see. And they actually talk about it in the presentation. Actually displayed about an invisibility. Displayed about invisibility. Everyone spells 1.0. Invisible until attacking or using abilities. Fourth place. It's listed as 4 counterplay because the response is binary. But then a patch came in, and while you're still invisible until attacking, you're partially visible at both things. So everyone actually has to sneak and find vulnerable moments. The opponent is rewarded for quick reaction time. 1.04 players to counter stealth detection, and was generally too binary, with no satisfaction for either player. Yeah, please fix that remaster. The air battle music getting extended. So yeah, the problem with invisible shots, invisible club shots to be precise, is that club shots are supposed to be checked by having difficulties hitting anything at longer ranges. Invisible shots undermines them. I would not object to invisible shots having an attack power penalty of 10%, so that was it maybe 20%. So that way the invisible shots don't kill people long range so arbitrarily. Or egg. Or egg. Telegraph where the club shot is such invisible shots are not as exploitive. I mean, invisible shots are supposed to mess with the player's vision, but still. I mean, at least transparency involves us caused from a running player. Yeah, transparency will need to be better balanced. Without protecting powers, that would help with this much too. So, random effect next. Where do I add that? Going on center here. Oh, and while I'm at it, into the bottom of God Awfully Go random. I don't think I need to explain why, other than random being so inexpensive. Anyway, random effect itself is just your attacks. You randomly get one of the debuff attack powers. Now, one of these babies, or these. What keeps random effect from going any lower is because of the randomness, is that you can still avoid being hit by this thing. You can still avoid being hit by attack, well, attack is. And you won't have to worry about being debuffed in the first place that way. The random effect is, although it still suffers the problem of inobvious level up benefits. Like, I think the benefit is higher base duration. Higher base chance for accumulation with the respective power that's rolled. And yes, you can roll any valid hit and debuff attack powers. And this includes freeze attack. You can just easily roll quick attack and both modes, so yeah. Random effect is not busted by any means. The first two level shapes are U shapes, and level 2 in particular is the clunky big U shape, and level 3 and 4 are L shapes. So, you're either going for elegance or so power grid, you're either going for elegance or difficulty in fitting in anything. Fitting in more stuff, but yeah. Poison attack. Where did I have it? Slightly above upper. Wait. Slightly above upper E. Oh, here we go. I should have it at the top of failure here. Poison attack is just bad. Poison attack is just bad where it stands, because poison attack suffers from basically doing nothing. Well, it might be able to do something in single player, and it's not expensive to manage as much, but in multiplayer, yeah, good luck dealing any significant damage with the poison. And meanwhile, and this would apply even without weapon modifiers blood shenanigans. I mean, the most I could come up with would be to match power deep with the display, but power deep, well, I'll get to that. It has its own problems. Yeah, poison attack is absolutely niche and absolutely ineffective. So into the failure, here you go. Paralyze attack. lower bolt here. You get paralyzed attack. Paralyze can be a little overtuned at times, especially for its cost. I mean, it's not too overtuned, but what it is absolutely cost effective because that slowdown can fight. And it can scream at you that you can better recovery. I'll get to that, don't worry. Weekend attack. I'm guessing I had it in the meeting. Yes, I do. Laura meeting, but a meeting here nonetheless. Because weekend attack. Weekend attack doesn't cut you so horribly just for being hit. No, he cuts you for being hit repeatedly or with a stronger attack and some such. And it has some actual balancing at them. Like, use the bell shape. 7 spaces, 8 spaces, 9 spaces. 7 to 9 spaces based for its level. Now, because weekend can potentially allow for tearing through your target's durability, and that can cause problems. I can let it ramp. As you can see, anybody mindlessly uses their durability. They could suddenly find it all gone a lot faster. Because effective double damage from fall attacks following the weekend, yeah. It's still chance based, but hey. I'm willing to work with this. Petrify attack, I'm guessing I have it in the deep here. Oh no, I don't. Oh yes I do, Lord. Let me go deep here. Because I have it in relation to it. Yeah, I have petrify attack below heavenly light because when the target is turned to stone, they're taking half damage. But you want to know what other debuff is? You want to know another debuff in another game involved that? Super Mario RPG with a mushroom debuff. The mushroom debuff forces the defend command, and you're consequently taking half damage, assuming you don't already have crystalline active or genome active or some such. Or the enemy is not in like fear, but no. And just keep in mind, mushroom already heals heals the victim by 10% of their current HP, which isn't much, but every little bit. I don't know why Petrify attack needed to have. I don't know why Petrify's penalty needs to. Petrify's counterplay wasn't better because Petrify in general is obnoxious. You can't move when you're petrified. You can barely try to break out. You can only use very, very select counts when you're under petrified. Evac recovery naturally being one of them, but warp also being another one. But no, you can't use movement powers. You can't. I don't think you can even use buff powers when you're turned to stone dead. Oh, yeah, petrify attack. Just why? You only intend to. And I will at least say that petrify attack does have rectangle shapes, but it's not a particularly big petrify attack. Shake. Bolt here every time. No, a mating here. Bottom of a mating here, to be sure, but if you had an opponent with, if an opponent is inflicted with shake, then they not only have their aiming messed up, their homing is also disabled. So it can actually serve a utility purpose. It can say I check orbitars or Gemini orbitars. And I'm pretty sure it's inexpensive. Yeah, it's inexpensive. The only remote and shake compromise is the simple. It's the 6-base U shape at level 3. Good attack. Hold on, I'm guessing. No. Actually, he's centered here. I have full right below it, wing, more or less. Where is it? Because confused attack. Because a confused debuff can be a little obnoxious. But you can still do parry dodges. You can still aim properly if you're not inflicted with shaking in the first place, and that would involve you being hit with a debuff. It's just if you're randomly going to try to attack or move, you could have randomized movement direction as well, so that's fine. The very dodging point is actually, I'm not going to shift the confused attack it up much because the dodging direction is still bothersome at times. But then again, you're getting hit if you're. And I should know that confused attack is still inexpensive. Ooh, burn tech. I have a regular confused attack, even though burn at higher levels cost more. Burn has higher space differences between levels. It actually costs 8 space at level 3. Although all burn attacks and power grid shapes are L shapes. So the burn attack's problem is what it can even try to do in multiplayer to begin with, because I should know that neither poison nor burn can deal lethal damage to multiplayer pirates or the angel in multiplayer. So they can barely bring. They're capable of bringing down either to 1 HP, but they won't score the kill outright. You have to actually chip them to finish them off. So. But even if we ignore that, Burn's damage is still inefficient in multiplayer. So. But in single player, it is for considering. 8 spaces for. It was a freeze attack. I have it in failure here. Yep, called it. And below Celestial Fireworks, I believe. Yeah. I actually had I actually had only idle transformation below it in the failure tier, as a matter of fact. Because freeze attack is way too simplistic. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put it in a couple tier. I didn't realize I should call out the junk, the one space level difference, the one space difference between levels. Why? Freeze attack level 1 is off to an okay start. Although the free debuff itself is still stupid powerful. It's petrified, but without even the defense provision for the hapless victim. That alone would put it in a failure tier, even with a high cost. But the low space difference between levels is what really pushes freeze attack. Because freeze attack level 1 is 9 spaces. It's a 3x3 area, so you can't fit in energy chucks and slips up simultaneously with it. So that's a mercy. But level 2, you actually can. Level 2, 10 spaces, but it's a chunky L, so it's a chunky backward cell, so you can actually fit in energy charge and slip shot on the same pattern. Energy charge would be restricted to level 1, or wait, hang on. Where's the energy charge? Yeah, energy charge will be restricted to level 1. So you could also fit and jump wide on a freeze attack energy charge. Freeze attack energy charge and slip shot. And there's probably more nutty combinations that could get them all. Again. And level 3. Level 3 to level 3 basically. It's a castle tower basically. Yeah. Yeah, welcome to God Awful here. Freeze attack. Population U. Spin attack next. And spin attack's actually inventive, so it got in bold here. Because spin attack, I believe you're spinning, always spinning clockwise, but I could be wrong. It is disruptive, but it doesn't mess with your control. It doesn't keep you locked out of any options. It just messes with your controls, forcing your camera to shift the spin movement. So, yeah. The eggplant attack and tempura attack. I have an erratic here. And they're basically the same power, really. I might want to knock them both down to failure here. But it's still above poison attack. Still above poison attack, still above warp, still above celestial fireworks, because the problem with these two transformation attacks, you can't even parry dodge. You can still move, but you can't attack, you can't parry dodge. Your power usage is limited. In fact, you're even locked out of warp with eggplant attack or tempura attack, which isn't a bad point, mind you, but At least it's consistent. Well, what really kills these two powers for me is again the lack of level difference in the space counts. Eggplant attack is 8 spaces. Level 2 is 9 spaces. Level 3 is 10 spaces. Temporary attack. And I bring it up because these two powers, as well as freeze attack for that matter, are expensive enough. So a one space difference doesn't mean much for the extra charges. You're already spending 8 spaces for. It's just ridiculous. I mean, destroying super speed. Super speed costs 6 spaces at level 1, so it's not ridiculous then. Oh, and super speed has a default of 2 charges. So, yeah. Angelic missile is fine. Costs 7 spaces. For something that doesn't cheapen gameplay so thoroughly. X Slipshot involves the outright full roll and column cost at level 2, so mixing in level 3 is. Having it Slipshot at level 3 doesn't have to be its own compromise. Level 2 you have its own compromise because super armor exists. Yeah, I'm not going to be nice to these debuff powers. Because, why? Next. Oh, right. It's a death attack. What do I have then? I actually have instant dash attack in effective tier. I'm going to make this clear. Instant dash attack requires a full line at all levels. Of course, it's single player only anyway. But I can be sure that enemies are not going to care that you have slip dodge, that you won't have slip dodge, or every armor, or trade off. Yeah. Instant dash attack goes in the defective tier. Well, it isn't the dash, but there's all other further rebalancing to give and to make it passable balance power in multiplayer. The concept's there. I'll give instant death that much. So now we can go on to the next power. Power C. Where do I have it in relation to? Oops. Spin attack. Right above spin attack. Because, yeah. Actually, I cut standard lower a bit. Just above slip shot. Because Power Thief has the. Power Thief. I still have it in standard here. I already have it in standard here because Power Thief is at the point that you can use it. You can use it to steal powers. And I've been interested to see more usage of it. Because it incentivizes melee. It also incentivizes considering your power grid and building, because it costs a full line. Yeah. Since it costs a full line, yeah, well, counter exists. You can't very well use a trade up or his armor with it now, because that's big. That's a lot bigger than Slipshot Lockout. But I'm having to knock it down a few places. Still in center here, but the big issue with Power Thief is that it's the only power that doesn't boost your ability to be efficient in any way. It doesn't boost your neutral game in any way, because at least the debuff powers reward you immediately. At least the movement powers do. I mean, at least the attack powers can into zoning or some such. The top powers are all considered to me. I mean, even tirelessness, at least you, you can take out that blasted cost and make your life a little easier. Healing goes without saying, items, uh, panic buttons, or utility powers. Okay, so our booster doesn't do anything for your momentum, but yeah, actually I should put the heart booster in the care while I'm thinking about it. Fortune's jukebox while I'm at it. Oh, and yeah, joke powers. Those are the only reason. Apparently, it's the only reason to carry those around beyond the joke gameplay, but other than that, yeah. And power has flow problems. The most thing it can do is that the most beneficial point is it still works up through Bumblebee. You can still steal powers from a Bumblebee user, but 9 times out of 10, you're just not meleeing them in the first place. Really annoying. Energy charge. Where do I have hate? Middle seat here, and I'm definitely putting it in erratic here at least. To be sure, energy charge does have depth, but does have a little depth. You lose it if you get hit, but yeah, energy charge is so is so much favoritism of range combat. Just no, you're not getting in the center here. Because earlier today, I was fighting this Capricorn club on Windy Wasteland. Yes, Windy Wasteland, where Slipshot is not going to help Capricorn club. And the Capricorn club was able to CPU farm with insane ease. I was able to black hole him multiple times to knock off his energy charge, but both both times, well, Bumblebee was an issue. The first time I got caught, I wasn't aware of it, so I didn't address it properly. But the second time, I did address it, or I would have if the farmer jackal didn't have warp. And in the meantime, they were farming. They were farming with stupid ease. They were farming my CPU allies with stupid ease. Just, ugh. And keep in mind, energy charge is the only power that boosts damage output that has multiple charges. The other two powers that boost damage output, Lever Sponge and Lever Sponge and Trade-Off, they each have only one charge available without death regen, but energy charge, you can have multiple charges available. And not that I say can, sure, but energy charge level 2 is 10 spaces. Lever Sponge, I think, was 12 spaces minimum. Trade-Off's definitely 11 spaces. You can trade off across a full grown column. And trade up at least locks out Bumblebee. Energy charge does have power grid shapes that do soften its capability to be be used too easily, but in the end, that range boost is just too much. That 80% attack boost for basically free is just too much. Yeah, you're out of the center here, energy charge. That energy charge just needs to be revamped to be less range biased. Listen. Oh, Lieber's friends a minute, by the way. Where do I put it? Actually, I could go with my original decision of bottom center here. It's really extension powers that cause so many problems. Because Lever Sponge, yeah, it does have some nutty attack boosting, but at least Lever Sponge doesn't boost the user's defenses against damage or debuffing it. So, but it's really the every summer extension that causes problems. Otherwise, yeah. I should mention that Lever Sponge, you do still get the boost. You do still get the boost even if you're hit under brief invincibility. But otherwise, oh right, no music. Oh, here we go. So, Lever Sponge. It's really the extension powers that are the issue with Lever Sponge. And you can still fit in a center base power on the Arizona combination. It's Lever Sponge is not nutty. It's really the extension powers that can cause problems, or extension factors. Because let's keep in mind, Lever Sponge is still expensive. And for only one charge, you can just invoke super armor. Yeah. You can actually do stuff against it. That's something. There is counter, because there is counterplay to Lever Sponge. Don't attack the Lever Sponge user carelessly. If they're only capped, you can go ahead and keep attacking them. Granted, it's hard to tell if they are capped that it is. But, yeah, definitely focus on avoiding their attacks. Because if they are capped, they won't get any more boosting from your attacks. Oh, right, I do recognize another point that it tends to be to knock Lever Sponge down to be effective. Because Lever Sponge can potentially be exploited in team battles because, hey, wouldn't you know it? The nuisance with Lever Sponge. Lever Sponge gets hit by your teammate while you're not aware of what's going on, and then suddenly you get shot for a ridiculous amount of damage because there's no fault of your own. Yeah, excuse me? Why am I paying for the opponent's bad decision against one of my teammates? Just, no! Actually, I think I could go ahead and knock it defective. But I'm keeping that upper defective. Where do I have this? I might move another power down and turn around it. So, what's next? Oh, right, Doc. I originally have it in me here. Stay quiet. Because darkness costs 5 to 8 spaces for 2 by hours. It's a panic button done right, because yeah, it can be technically spammed, but you really want to do that. Because level 4 state is of course the big U shape, so it's awkward. That's some damn darkness ability to be completely cheesy. Because it definitely compromises it, flips off with any chunky shape towers. Darkness level 3 and not like an L shape. Alright, darkness is not the ridiculous cost effectiveness that a celestial fireworks. I'll say that much. Somebody's spamming darkness. The game just needs to be better balanced to make sure that panic button spam setups are easily way more suspicious. Because, yeah, celestial fireworks' problem is that they can fit in whatever they like. That actually makes it so much more of a shock factor when you're not looking out for it, because you're not carrying enough power grid setups, and therefore you're not caring whether or not they have trade-off, and suddenly somebody uses trade-off and gets problems. That inflated trade-off, seriously. The darkness, yeah, it is dark. Interference. Middle of amazing here. Yeah, this is actually a good location because yeah, middle of amazing we're here, right below some like interference. Interference can be used for both offense and defense. For defense, it's a very inexpensive panic button. I can see panic button masking it, but of course, just having an inexpensive panic button at all, even if it has to 15 cooldown, which is a big balancing factor for that problem. And it can also lock out powers, but that doesn't mean you can use buff powers from outside and then charge in with your buff powers and start causing problems there. Well, I'll be using super armor counters. Most of the annoying factor that interference is capable of is really from stupid easy cheats with weapon modifier shenanigans. Yeah, that kills what I think to begin with. Virus. Unfortunately, virus is very easy, so I gave it a low. I put it in a low here, like you recall. It's right below heaven and light. There we go. And what the fires here? Well, I will say that it's supposed to be named counter power, like possible full line, and potentially a 2x6 rectangle at level 3. But fires has a nasty history of being inefficient. I mean, it can work a bit. Well, I suppose it's capable of at least working for me anyway. I really want to end 3. Well, I suppose if I have everything. Actually, let's go above flip side. I suppose if I. Well, I suppose if multi powers, except for reflect barrier, percent rebalancing, and virus could go ahead and go to center. Mostly its problem is how short range it is, and how efficient it can be. But that could be the way the environment plays out with weapon modifiers. The virus is so complicated by the atrocious environment of the game. Not that it doesn't have faults of its own. It's so expensive to help for any efficient use. Especially when paralyzes that still costs so much less. I think virus could use some light buffing. So, I mean, power needs some buffing of its own. I don't know. What I didn't know is where super armor is going. Actually, above black hole in special tier. It's the other power that's going special tier. Here are my notes about it. Armor. Blur are the man for defense. Basic Blackbeard community opens up various options in heated combat by preventing the dreaded unconditional flinching. 30% damage resistance also makes surviving attacks easier to make use of. As a warning, it will not do anything about hit free trains. The smart bomb item and its degeneracy will still turn you into a punching bag as a result. Yeah. On Game Explain's video, I got lucky that I hit a smart bomb early. I didn't even realize it until I was rewatching the video. Anyway. Bringing the knockdown slash down state averts its mercy defense of 66% damage resistance and effective debuff immunity. In addition to generally unlocking out get-up options, most notably the brief forward shot, though maintain agency is likely preferable regardless. Accounting for the opponent's super armor usages and by single player bosses, almost always having knockback immunity and generally persisting attack attempts. There is an issue though. It's not easy to see opponents having this active due to coloration change being unclear, needlessly boosting the drastic influence. It's also a problem with counter, honestly. The pocket shapes are surprisingly balanced. Level 1 is a clean, moderate roof shape. Level 2 is a clumsy, big U shape, accounting for the main jump in potential cost effectiveness against higher tempo powers, not because of being too charged at the ready. And levels 3 and 4 are higher cost chunky L shapes, although clean shapes, as a result of semi-passive usage capability with 3 or 4 charges on standby. So, I've made a multiplayer remounts is needed. For starters, there should be an orange shield bubble displayed around the user's torso and shoulders, or purple with the counter usage. There should be a slight duration increase, which receives back reducing duration on big damage. I'm not sure if that will be implemented. Something along the lines of that, at any rate. There should also be a reduction in received freeze frames by subtracted value. I'm looking at you, smart bomb! And of course, additional changes warranted for remaster. New bots start with a few powers, including super armor on level 1. Yeah. Super armor is no surprise. It's even what got me into the game. It's okay to look at work about power system and what does work. Although there's so much fine tuning needs to be done because what isn't working. So many powers are considered below here. Yeah, super armor is self-explanatory at this point. And the next power is not as healthy. Group invincibility. I suppose it could be in bottom erratic here. Its very purposes are absolutely one note. It allows for easy melee rushing with chase setups. It allows for easy panic buttons with range setups. But every infantry setups are left in a cold, and I don't like that. It's by design. Yeah, I would not check that brief invincibility locking up simultaneous uses to attack powers, like what I'm suggesting for Orphan Celestial Fireworks. Yeah. Isn't it? Upper erratic. It does at least have a sort of purpose. It's inexpensive. It's an inexpensive get around of the stamina mechanic. Yeah, you can just run continuously without tiring, but that's all. And running tends to leave you open, so yeah. Icarus Uprising a remaster would benefit from having stealth dodges, and tirelessness could work with that. And I do mean an actual stealth dodge mechanic, not the garbage that by all indications seems to be lowered to search radius for dodging capability. Because the search radius doesn't do anything about a dodge box, and that's fully consistent. Tirelessness needs to involve stealth dodging. Needs to involve improving the stealth dodging mechanic from being a problem. You'd want to use it in the middle of a heated battle, because I see people like to use tirelessness well before they jump into the fray. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why you're doing that. Lightweight. I originally had lightweight and defective. I think given lightweight's current problems, yeah, it shouldn't even be in defective. Defective's too high. Because lightweight, you get double mobility. Your stamina usage is heavily reduced. So but the fact that you walk twice as much perfectly Yeah, like we could get crazy. The only real penalties to lightweight are a little extra damage taken and 50% extra knockback received and as well, but that requires the opponent being hit in the first place. I mean, the knockback doesn't do anything except maybe soften the boost against Flacco's velocity, but in the first place, lightweight still makes it easier to break out Flacco. Find that amount of 33% extra power against the velocity, so lightweight should penalize all melee, all range power except for melee attacks, so you can understand, lightweight's just ridiculous. And this is without the placebo for this is without the placebo of lag involvement. Online lag involvement. Hold on. My goodness. Oh, my music broke. Again. Huh? It's about language, but no. I think we're calling out. I think it's balance issues or we're calling out more than trying to whole night this. They're both worth calling out, and when all said and done, I think they both belong in the erratic here. So what's next? Oh, trade-off. Where might be played? Oh, upper center here. Bleeding below angelic missile. Yeah, right below angelic missile, right between angelic missile and Nicholas Flame. Now let's keep this in mind. Trade-off is a potential sucker punch. It can get very nasty. It's particularly inflated by weapon modifiers, both in its surprise factor and especially in some of its usage, because the trade-off can absolutely terrorize the angel. And it has a mobility boost involved as well. I mean, okay, the trade-off users I want to be easy to finish off when they're inevitably caught. And they're basically you unconditionally use the center space of the remaining 5.5 area. But the thing with trading the trade-off is just suffering from incomplete design issues. Because the problem with trade-off is the problem is with trade-off is with counterplay, like it's something. Because trade-off counterplay is completely is trade-off counterplay is dependent on debuffs and on the opponent being able to depending on the defender being able to throw out debuffs or rebate to boost their mobility. But what happens to people who lack either option? Trade-off is some definite problems going on. Yeah, that's something that should be addressed better. But it is. You can still work again. You can still work your way around it. Silver Flank still exists. Silver Speed still exists. Something like Playing Dead exists. I'll get to that, don't worry. And heck, since it costs 11 spaces for one charge, Super Armor is inevitable. Super Armor can be used freely against it and use sponge the attack. You know what? I just realized I should knock it down to the lower center. Because I am remembering that trade-off has only one charge in total. So that hampers its design. Because it can't reach in any charges. That gives the team life gauge amounts too much influence on the trade-off. So yeah, it doesn't out that. Well, I suppose in value 100 matches, you don't have to worry about trade-off being so hopelessly loaded in the first place. I think trade-off should have had a really low region instead of flat out none. But, no. Ares armor's next. Or we have it in detail right below. Invisible shots. Here we go. Ares armor. Aries armor. I have this in defective tier because this. Who thought that 1.1 charges base of region was a bright idea? Nobody should get the recharge Aries armor on every death. Period. That's ridiculous. Because you just kill the Aries armor user and they come back and use Aries armor to do their rampage all over again. Why? No! 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 And the obvious level up benefits is also a problem. It's also a problem with trade-up. It's less offensive because trade-up left space differences between levels only one. Aries armor is too stupid. At least it doesn't provide a mobility boost, so you get a super speed away from the Aries armor nuisance, providing they don't have a overly superior mobility in the first place. Yeah. Next. Oh boy. Bumblebee. I originally had it in center here. Yeah, you're going in defective here. I don't know whether to put it about a low energy charge. No, what energy charges offensive insanity more offensive. Bumblebee's just relying on evading plus, which evading plus is busted all on its own to begin with. Because I originally had Bumblebee in center tier, although lower center tier, because Bumblebee costs a full line regardless of level. It even costs a 2x6 rectangle at level 3, so that it's conditional about fitting in Slipsaw, but that's assuming you want to bother with Slipsaw in the first place. At least you can use terrain cover against Bumblebee. Because they're unlikely to have Slipsaw. They could, but yeah. It's absolutely unlikely. And there's also the added point that the Bumblebee user will have forced clockwise movement around the attacker when Alad is triggered. So you can make use of that to potentially get them under Bumblebee dodge. If you set up a black hole. So what's the problem? Well, how about that Bumblebee still suffocates melee and charge shots? So the two types of attacks that is automatically a great drop for me. Actually, a great drop in my books. Because, let's make this clear. Melee and charge are both involve committal. This happens in any sort of game time. God. Yeah, Bumblebee is just yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Oh, and there's of course the absolutely drunk 90-second default duration. Why is that a thing? Why can it have been way shorter, like, say, 60 seconds with duration decreased by every base damage for the first out of that? Yeah, somehow I don't think the developers thought a cunning plan through with Bumblebee. And of course the lack of, and of course the, and of course the clarity with Bumblebee is not impressive to begin with. Oh, and clarity issues is not a problem with Ares armor. Actually, I should knock Ares armor down to erratic tier. Just for being one note without, well, just for involving a one note strategy with Libra Ares, where Ares armor easily hides the Libra sponge. You're punished for hitting the Ares armor user so heavily. It's ridiculous. Ares armor hides the Libra sponge. I think Ares armor is higher priority as well in the display priority. I gotta check again. Anyway, back to Bumblebee. And Bumblebee, that. Oh, and hold on. Oh, the mystery and don't care. Yeah. Melee, you have to be right next to the opponent to hit them, so they can hit you back in return. Such as you're giving the opponent stress relief. You're having to expend communal movement making use of them. But even the stress relief by itself is it's quite big. So Bumblebee undermines that. And without clarity, it becomes so much more obnoxious. I mean, even if it has, I mean, even providing it a subtle tell, and even providing a subtle tell for the opponent to work with would be something. I don't mean looking on the bottom screen and focusing on that should only really be a necessity for something like Power Thief, not something like Bumblebee. I mean, the game's already fast-paced enough to begin with, though. Just need better communication about these notions. Yeah, I thought I was going to have it in a special team. Unfortunately, counter is too blunt in general, unless you're just using it as blockable interdiction. Any blockable interdiction is only for 6 spaces or 2 to 4 charges. The problem with counter is the problem with counterboard's design is that it has some moments of being needlessly bland with several armor at least expensive on being now pro. It's supposed to be blunt, so it gets a pass. Especially for being easy to learn how to master. Counter, yeah, I would have been happy with in special tier or master tier. I think it could get a master tier if it actually involved parry charge up, because parry charge up, I think if counter boosted parry charge up gains as well as attack, shot attack power and melee attack power at one, it would definitely be a master tier, because that would make it counter not again make it reserved for like Skyscraper Club or Bingo Club or Guardian Orbitars or maybe the Ancient now, I don't know. And where it stands, counter is just gimmicky, and not situational, not niche, but definitely definitely very dependent on the accommodating weapon type. So I can't, in good faith, put it in master tier. It ain't too blunt for what it's supposed to involve. Yeah. I can only put it in at the top of amazing. That's about it. Infinity, where do I have you? Top of erratic tier. I think with arts transparency beyond counterplay issues, it's how cost and effective it is. It's a minimum of 7 spaces for 1 charge, and the maximum 9 spaces for 3 charges. And yet I understand that the transparency is made expensive to prevent people from doing cheap shots with it. Just imagine Tarzan with this thing. It would be a nightmare. Well, I suppose Tarzan is a nightmare anyway. It would, yeah, so I didn't correct it. Imagine Upper Dash on with this thing. Yeah. That is all. Well, transparency does at least serve a sensible purpose. It just needs to be less in name. It's misbalanced about it. Playing dead. Where do I have you? Effective here. Between the debuff. Yeah, I can agree with that position because playing dead. Well, I could stand to be looked at, but as it is, you can't fit in energy charge and slip shot simultaneously with level 2 playing dead. So yeah, so at the very least, playing dead does still involve grid reading involvement, even with the 1 space difference on a 10-12 base power with 2 charges at all levels. Level 3 playing dead, it restricts slipshot and energy charge by preventing jump glide, hitting a model and keeping energy charge at level 1. Slipshot could, of course, be level 3, or it could be level 1, but bit and interference level 1, but that's about it. So yeah, it's really the modifier inflation that's striking again, because I can guarantee that you can really stagger the playing dead shenanigans from crappy play.
Hey, attention everyone!
excuse me, and
I've been trying to catch the black bandits for 8 years.
as I was saying, playing the all the thing that user can do without forfeiting the duration is the neutral shot or the neutral ramp. No, they could use jump point to move around, but you could get around there in general. The most you'd have to worry about. Neutral shots and neutral rapids with jump line. And I think neutral shots and neutral rapids could to be looked at in terms of their power. And don't say you can just use compact arm. No. No, because shots exist. I think what makes compact arm silly is shot cancel. And also the controls being a problem. I'm not going to knock playing down a tier list just because of compact arm issues. Yeah, not much to be said. We're going to have to help each other. Top of erratic tier. Actually, yeah. Having it above average armor would fit too, so. Health recovery is just ineffective in multiplayer. It's quite in single player. It's actually competent there. You only get a decent amount of hits on 100 HP. But multiplayer, health recovery, it does not scale well there at all. It doesn't even help it. It doesn't even help that higher level health recovery wears up. Higher level health recovery can be rendered useless by continuous hits. Or health recovery in general can be by continuous hits, but higher level health recovery is particularly gentle. That's really annoying. You can't get the full recovery. If you get it, like, what happens with your energy charge? Why does it have that drawback? Oh, but in back recovery. Oh, you're definitely going in failure here. I'm placing you right above warp. Because effect recovery, like the Celestial Fireworks and Warp, it's basically one and done usage. Basically using Burkett, it would absolutely milk shortcut buttons. I can tell you right now, it would absolutely milk power shortcut buttons. Because you use the effect recovery, the debuff goes bye-bye. And this applies to any debuff. You no longer have to care about the debuff involved. Being necessitated by freeze attack, freeze not in the teeth. You might know that I have freeze in God Awful here. I still have freeze below effect recovery as well. Oh, and want to know what gets particularly hurt by, or particularly displays how hurtful effect recovery is to the gameplay? Spin attack! You can conceivably attack the spin attack. And while I'm at it, you can conceivably attack the shake attack as well. And we can attack. With effect recovery, you don't have to do that much. Why? No, it's a failure tier. Oh, but the next two bears are even worse. Crisis recovery. This thing sucks! You use it to recover out of crisis. It's a beginner's trap! I'm letting in there right now! Yeah, you could recover out of crisis and be able to survive a chip damage shit. if that happens soon afterwards. But it is still powerful enough to kill you outright from outside places molten. It wouldn't even matter. Oh, and it doesn't even restore your crisis mode life anyway, so that's why the kind of capacity is 3 on this trash. Just and I don't know whether to put Pisces is above or below idle trend for me. I think below idle transformation works because you input for Pisces heal, expecting to die. Expecting the situation to go pear-shaped. Actually, I think Pisces heal at least serves to have a sensible purpose. Because I'm sure Pisces heal simply works at as an abbreviated auto revival, and that includes removing debuffs. But Iron Transformation doesn't even do anything worth caring about. Except for speedrun shenanigans to exploit the gameplay. Pisces heal is still in the god-awful tier because it's brain dead. Oh, in fact, well, to be fair, I don't have a high opinion of self-destructive attacks. Alright, let's put you in the don't care here. I'm not getting from the subline. There we go. So that's the full design here list. How many powers do I have in... I actually had 4 powers in third tier, 4 in fourth tier, but obviously those numbers increased to 6. In erratic tier I had 6, 10 powers, and now it's 9 powers. Because yeah, I had to make room in failure and drama. Well, technically there was enough room for this 12, but yeah. So finishing up with Pisces heal, yeah. Pisces heal has such a long duration. There's no real involvement with this thing because you can jump into a situation expecting to be killed and yeah, it's not skill based. Celestial Fireworks can at least claim that much. And believe me, it's so tempting to move with Celestial Fireworks right in the god-awful tier. But what was it? Crisis Recovery is inept. Crisis Recovery is just a beginner type. Freeze Attack is skillless. Pisces Heal is skillless. Idle Transformation is even more disgusting. In spite of the self-destruct attack, and I don't even need to explain about random. Well, actually, I could mention quickly. Random costs 3 spaces at level 1, 5 at level 2, 7 at level 3, and 9 at level 4. And needless to say, random can easily turn games into RNG effects. I don't think so. It can also roll some of the... It can... I mean... Yeah. Heck, random... Even if all powers were balanced well enough, random can still roll powers that are balanced by full roll column costs, like a slip shot or Ares armor or trade-off. Actually, trade-off is a perfect example of random shenanigans because either the player can defend against trade-off or they get a free kill. Or the opponent can defend against trade-off or they get a free kill. Can't just or get a free kill. So that's all of the powers in the game. There's your tier list. I'm gonna save this for the stream. So, yeah, later everybody.